As the country attempts to fix the housing crisis by building more stock fast, building inspectors are warning New Zealand's next leaky buildings scandal could already be upon us. In Greater Auckland, more than a third of residential new builds have failed their final inspections, this in the last year to May. Auckland Council's Chief Building Inspector, Jeff Farrenson, has been posting clips of poor and non-compliant work to his LinkedIn page to highlight the issue.
The waste for this plumbing has been just siliconed here in place, hoping that'll hold. We've got the ceiling set up and it's way out of level. Some more low quality welds to the structural steel I can see up there. Absolutely non-compliant. That framing has not been set up well. Some of the fixings aren't done properly. Yeah, it's been put there to hide things that are not right with the framing. That's just blatant concealment.
Okay, that inspires me with confidence. Joining me now is John Gray, Homeowners and Buyers Association of New Zealand, who's the president there. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
That's a bit shoddy.
That's third world. That is just appalling workmanship, and it's happening all over the country. But it's thanks to Auckland Council and Jeff Farrenson, they're exposing these issues under the spotlight of what Minister Pink is trying to do to let the dogs off the leash, you know.
Because we need to get things done faster, right? There's rationale for it. You're saying, watch out, could go too far. Is going too far?
Yes, it is going too far. And you know, the crux of the matter in relation to speeding building up is not to reduce red tape, it's to maintain it and actually have consequences for that sort of conduct, you know, so that the consumer and New Zealanders who occupy these buildings actually have some security. But this work that we're looking at here, this is the point of an inspection, right? Is to catch it and to say, clean your act up. And so that wouldn't pass, that wouldn't be signed off. No, but there are a few that have snuck through the gaps. And, because the building inspectorates, throughout the country are challenged because they're having to go back and re-inspect these things. So it's a draw on the resource.
The state of that.
Yeah.
And these are just a couple of examples. We don't want to say this is like every house that's been built.
No,
looks like
I mean, there are some good ones out there, really good ones.
Yeah.
But one failure is one failure too much as far as we're concerned, because it has a dramatic impact on the owners and the occupiers.
Do you know what types of builders generally are doing this kind of work?
Look, we get a lot of comment about various races that are involved in building, and that is not appropriate, of course.
Sorry, I meant more like big building companies or individual.
Well, firstly, there are those issues in relation, and it's across the board. But we are seeing group housing companies. They are some of the worst in terms of their conduct. There was a fair go item back in 2023 that I was interviewed on. Gemma and David O'Neill down in Dunedin, Stonewood Homes, registered master builders. They had been fighting for 4 years at that point. They still don't have a home. It was so badly built that they had to demolish the superstructure to start again.
How do you know, when people are talking about, we're worried about another leaky building, how can we say that? I mean, these numbers, a third of in Auckland new builds not passing final inspection. Is that a massive increase on previous years?
Well, I think it always spikes in the peaks, and we have hit a peak over the last 3 to 4 years, and we had it in the late 1990s and the late 2000s as well. So when there is a hive of activity, we do see a spike in failures.
So your message is basically, be careful what you wish for when things move faster and make sure that the inspections are done properly to catch it.
Yes.
Appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for coming on. It's the president of the Homeowners and Buyers Association of New Zealand, John Gray.